I'd like to convene the Board of Directors meeting of the New York City Municipal Water Finance Authority, and ask for a roll call.
Melanie Hartzog.
Alan Anderson, Melanie Hartzog.
Lisa Segos.
Robert Elburn for Commissioner Segos.
Tom Holland.
Here.
Jacques Sheehan.
Jacqueline Cole for Jacques Sheehan.
Vincent Sapienza.
Joe Muir, Commissioner Sapienza.
Mark Shaw.
Yes.
Judith Hoffman.
Okay, first order of business is the approval of the minutes of the meeting of May 28th. Motion second.
So moved.
Second.
They've been circulated. Any comments or questions? Any opposition? Not hearing any. It's passed. We have this parallel 3 resolutions and then an additional last resolution with regard to financial advisors. So resolution number 2 is approval of supplemental resolution 147. Motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
It's been recommended by the Finance Committee. Any questions or comments? Any opposition to the proposed resolution? And if not, it's passed. Resolution 3 is approval of supplemental resolution 148. Motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Recommended by the Finance Committee. Any comments, questions, or discussion? Any opposition? Not hearing any. It's passed. And then resolution, a motion and a second, please, for approval of supplemental resolution 149.
So moved.
Second.
The proposed resolution has been recommended by the Finance Committee. I have to ask at least once whether there are any questions that you didn't have at the Finance Committee. And not hearing any opposition to the proposed resolution. Not hearing any, the resolution is approved. Last item business is the approval of the financial advisor contracts, and you just will take us through all that?
Absolutely. So earlier this year, the authority and the city's controls office conducted RFP process, and as part of that, we've selected 2 firms, Lamont Financial and Frasca and Associates. Lamont Financial, you're probably well familiar with. Lamont Financial currently serves as the authority advisor and actually has been acting in this capacity going back to, I think, 2001. And the broader relationship with the authority is even longer. We in particular value the expertise with the state revolving fund programs, such as EFC. They help us structure and review numbers, and there are a lot of sort of technical details related to the SRF programs. So, we would like to continue our relationship with them and continue to receive their advice. The other firm that we selected, Frasca and Associates, up until recently was really more known in the port and airport space as an advisor. For instance, one of their high-profile clients is Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. But a couple of years ago, they decided to expand their practice, and actually since then, they've acquired a number of other clients, sort of general municipal clients, and as well as some clients in the water and sewer sector, just like the authority is. Frasca is a certified MWB by both the city and the state, and some of the senior management professionals on the team of Frasca has been working in various capacities throughout their professional careers with the city before, so we know them, if not in the financial advisor capacity, then in prior dealings. So that's our recommendation. As far as managing the contract, or the contracts, we expect to rotate with some of the transactions covered by Lamont and others by Frasca. So this way, I don't expect we'll see, a significant increase in the overall financial advisor expense cost. But the fees that were proposed, Frasca is new, Lamont is a current advisor, so their fees went up roughly at the inflation level. So there will be some increase, but I do not expect it to double, right? Because this is a rotational management approach.
Question, have we
Yes.
had two companies in the past, or is this new?
We had two companies, we had a period where we had Lamont Financial and Acacia Financial working together for a number of years. We actually had a period where we possibly even had three with a very a technical role of a pricing advisor. But out of this RFP, we looking to hire two, general firms, which would be covering both the pricing advice and then general financial advice.
It's been the practice of the city to have two and to try to have one of them be a MWBE, an M or WBE firm, and that's what we have here.
Right. With Frasca being the certified WB.
Could you just explain why the fees are different?
So the fees are as proposed, and I think they make sense relative to the, Lamont knows us better, right? So we actually are expecting kind of more efficiency out of them, if you will. So the fees are slightly higher, but again, relative to the current contract, they're pretty much inflation adjusted. Frasca, we have less experience with. The fees are slightly lower for them, but overall, kind of appropriate for the sector. We had three firms proposed for this role, and the fee-wise, all the proposals very close to each other.
So they propose these fees too?
Yes, that's correct. And we didn't feel it's necessary to, adjust them upwards.
So my only other question is, and maybe I just don't remember this, but I don't remember seeing language before where it's a 3-year engagement with 3 additional 1-year extensions available without going back to the board. Is that new?
It's how we've been doing it for the past
It
few
is.
years. If you prefer, we can come back to it.
I'm just curious as to how it's been done before.
what the history is, yeah.
It's the same, I'm fine.
It's how we've been doing it for other contracts for the past 4 or 5 years.
Okay. I'm not looking for more.
Are there any other questions?
Okay, I don't know, Debbie, whether we actually took a motion on
not
this
yet.
one, so we'll take a motion in a second on the approval of the financial advisor contracts.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Any objection to the motion? Not hearing any, it's passed. We didn't have a chance to discuss the fact that we were, if I was going to say anything here, it would be brief, but the gentleman who was our most recent pricing advisor and had gone back being our financial advisor went all the way back to the first year Mark Page created the authority in 1984. He is not quite a complete retiree. This is Tom Mead, if you remember from, but he's sort of phasing himself. We're not entirely losing that family. Donna Frasca of Frasca Associates is his wife. Just curiosity of the business, even though she's very, very big, as he was separately in the business. But he did a great job for us for many, many years, and if you are interested, we could entertain a motion in a second to thank Tom Mead for all of his excellent work on behalf of the authority.
So moved.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay. Anyone like to object? Not hearing any, it's passed. And any further business? Not hearing any, motion in a second to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Objections? None? We're adjourned.